real stories, real insight.
Hello, my name is Adrian Young. I'm a graduate of PWI, Florida State University.
Hi, my name is Brian Wyatt Jr. and I am a local business owner here in Tallahassee, Florida. I graduated from a PWI by the name of University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign.
I am Mutaki Akbar. I attended Morehouse College in Atlanta, Georgia.
Greetings, I am Samuel Gardner, a fourth-year accounting major here at Florida A&M University.
Hi, Sylvester Thompson. My friends call me Sly. I, like several other members of my family, attended Florida Agricultural and Mechanical University.
Hello, my name is Tony Cruz. I am an HBC graduate from Florida A&M University, and I currently hold a master's degree. And I also serve on the Council of the Social Status of Black Men and Boys.
Hello, my name is James Bryan. I'm a college graduate in the state of Florida.
Good morning. My name is Alex Jordan. I'm an HBCU graduate at Florida A&M University, two-time grad, undergrad, and one of my masters. Go Rattlers. Kind of share, and I'm not going to go in order, but I would like to share with some of your challenges that you guys may have had that allowed you to continue your education, or some of the barriers that did not allow you to pursue what you thought. Because I am a two-time grad at Florida A&M University, my undergrad in criminal justice, my master's in public administration. I have a master's from Liberty University in public policy. At the same time, I'm right now today pursuing my doctoral degree at Florida State University. So I've had some challenges as well as the real insight, the real stories about what we've had and some of our challenges and barriers that has impacted me as well. So if we could kind of go around the room and kind of share some of the challenges that we may have had as our pursuit, as we continue.
Some unique challenges I have faced as a black male attending a PWI. We'll consider mostly, I guess, microaggressions they're called nowadays, just some of the professors referring to you as a boy or man or friend. The PWI has shaped my personal experiences as compared to HBCU by, I would assume, acclimated me a bit more to quote-unquote white culture. I think working in the quote-unquote real world again, you just kind of have to have those soft skills, those understandings of what it just really requires to work in the business professional world with white people, which is not a bad thing, but it just comes with being a black man in America.
Coming right out the gate, because I came from the military, was like the structure system was different. There was a lot going with resources being available, getting to know things, and because I didn't follow the traditional track, it was a bit challenging. There are things that I think young men need, especially walking into that atmosphere, that just wasn't available right away.
Just being prepared, having the foundational, not so much knowledge or preparation, but just those experiences, or being prepared to embrace the experiences of being in an HBCU. Despite literally being born on campus in the old Foot Hillier building, there's very few things in life that prepare you for FAMU.
Successes are barriers for, I guess, my continued success within education. Mostly, or consider, unfortunately, monetary concerns. It was hard to continue school at certain points. I normally worked went to school for my entire undergraduate and graduate career. So finding the time to have 40 hours, but also go to school for another 6 or 9, and then stay up all night long doing homework was the only barrier or challenge I would consider.
I had the blessing of having my GI Bill when I got here, but that didn't cover everything. So, to echo the point, I had to go get a job. I had my own place, and sometimes even allocation. Like I wasn't afforded the opportunity to stay in the dorms, because I come in as a combat veteran. They're like, hey, look, you can go get a place, but you're not going to be with these freshmen. So it was challenging to have to go try to find extra funds and stuff to just have everyday life.
I think a lot of times you go to school because it's expected. Okay, you go to college, you go to school, you da-da-da. I guess I was something of a prodigy. I started college when I was about 15 years old. My high school years were something that you did because you had to, but even still at 15, being on a college campus, being on the set, you're in college, but you're still not old enough to fully embrace and all the things that college has to offer. So there's a little bit of, I don't know, kind of being a round peg in a square hole, or a square peg in a round hole, so to speak. And then just, working my way through school, life intervenes, becoming a father at a relatively young age, and having to deal with those responsibilities of parenthood.
When I first started college, I didn't have any guidance. I didn't actually know what I was doing, what I was signing up for. Attending college was kind of overwhelming at first. Some of the things that overwhelming for me was signing up for FAFSA. Didn't know anything about that. Fitting get my class right to fit in my schedule because I was working at the time.
So when I first attended college, I was a first generation college graduate. And that first year that I went to college, my mom had to leave her job in order to focus on her mom's health, who had breast cancer at the time. And so at that point, I was on my own. I had to pay for tuition, my living expenses, everything. So I did what most black men from the south side of Chicago would do, which is get a job. But I got 3. I worked as a line cook at 2 different places and a librarian on campus because I needed to get by. Needless to say, my studies suffered, and I went from a 3.5 GPA to a 0.84.
Support system is very important, and I was privileged to have like a very good support system, family-wise, because I wasn't first generation, so a lot of the things that a lot of the first generation people I think have to learn in college, I kind of got those lessons going up there. For example, don't get a credit card. Like don't act like a lawyer in law school, because then you'll be acting like a law student when you're a lawyer.
Student success, within student success, there's people there in that department that basically helps me on many different areas, such as resume, such as job opportunities, such as connecting with other people on LinkedIn. So they have shown me strategies to be able to grow as a person. So I would say just being able to have that relationship that they can relate to me, and being able to use that as an impact.
Some of the resources that I think were beneficial to me attending college was I had some amazing professors trying to guide me through my degrees that I was trying to attain, and give me information after I graduate what I can do, possibly do with my own degree.
Most of my professors were black men, and I think that was, again, important for me to get that foundation, to learn who I was as a black man, and for that mentorship is really embedded in the school. One of my favorite professors or favorite classes was my history class, and that specific professor, he always gave us these gems, and we also learned our lineage. He told us to pick a side of our family. We went to the archives that was right there in Atlanta, and we went back 3 or 4 generations just in that archive. So just that type of teaching, that type of learning, and them instilling in us as black men that we have the ability to do whatever we wanted, and really put us in the path to do whatever we wanted.
Attending the PWI, I didn't have a mentor. I don't have a mentor, an African-American mentor at least. My professional mentor now is a white man. He's about my age, a little bit older than me. But I can understand what you're saying about being a black man at the HBCU and having peers around your same age to kind of guide you. Attending the PWI, you don't necessarily have peers accessible exactly around the same level as you, because they're just not. They're either younger than you or they're not the same race as you. But having that is something that you find within yourself. I think going to PWI, you kind of become your own pillar of independence, and that's a driving force that kind of makes you continue your success, because I'm doing this for myself, and not say by myself, but it's an internal thing.
And I think professionally, like on a level that you know, as being a black professional, it's important for us to, to be present and to be available as mentors as well, as black professionals. A lot of times we get our degrees, we start making our money, we move to the other side of town. And so we got like young brothers that's like in school, or even like, you know, fresh out of school that's trying to start their careers, and we're not there to mentor them or to say like, these are the routes that you need to take or you shouldn't take. Even when I moved away and came back and started my firm, and it was honestly difficult for me to find a black lawyer mentor that would actually like take the time out to say, you know, okay, you want to start your practice, these are the steps that you need to take. These are the mistakes that I made. These are the successes that I had. So I make it a point, any young black lawyer that's coming to open a firm, I give them the path, I try to mentor them. And we got to get out of this idea that it needs to be like a formal program, mentorship, but you going to lunch with somebody, you become a mentor for somebody. So I think as black professionals, we need to make sure that we reach back and become those mentors for people.
One of the things that I think would be most helpful for HBCUs here in this state in helping young black men achieve academic success is to start early. And by that, early intervention, and by that I mean as early as K through 5.
We need more hands-on guidance. Like, it's easy to say, hey, we're gonna throw money at it, and you guys build out the program, but it's like, if we're gonna have mentorship, it needs to be a representation, not just at FAM, not just at Cookman, Edward Waters, Flomo, it needs to be the entire state.
I think we're talking kind of hit on it, just being purposeful as an adult. I mentor now to young kids just because I understand what I kind of wanted to hear when I was 20, 21, 23. So I'm giving them the same thing I knew I needed to hear then because I know it now. So it's not necessarily the community itself, it's just something I think we all should be cognizant of once you get into a certain level and you kind of know, not even know what you're doing, but once you get to a level of adulthood and you see that kids or young adults are coming to you with a question, be purposeful and be mindful that I'm not wasting my time by talking to this person, to this kid. I have to give back because I'm only here because I know what I know and I want them to be further than me by the time they're my age. So if I can catch them up to where I'm at with my mindset 5 years from now ago, they can be much further ahead. So I think that's the whole goal of us black males, is to be purposeful in making sure that we can speed up the process for the generation behind us, the young people behind us.
I think for me, my biggest motivator to help me navigate through that was some advice that I received from my great grandmother, who said, when you make choices in life, make sure that you can look back on it and say, I'm glad I did, instead of I wished I had. And so that's kind of how I've been able to maintain my integrity despite some of the challenges that I faced, and not, make the wrong decisions, or follow the wrong advice, or get attached to the wrong people that's going to lead me to astray.
What I can do for my community. And that might not be financial, that could be just me being present, but how can I give back? And so it could be mentorship, again, it could be being able to like financially support a nonprofit or a separate group, whatever it is, I want to be present and I want to be a part of the solution in making our community better.
Catch them early, keep them interested in school with the various standardized tests. And I'll probably get the terminology wrong, but I know at the 3rd and 5th grade, those are critical benchmark years for whereas typically a lot of black boys, they become discouraged or disinterested in their academics, often distracted by the allure of sports and other distractions that are very common in our community. Education just really isn't emphasized at those early ages. So whatever steps that can be done to, recruit, mentor, groom those people to appreciate the possibilities and what comes with academic success. It's okay to be smart. That's not a message that's heard very often in our community.